welcome back to another video. This is the third video in the Halloween series, and today we are building a witch tower. I actually struggled to find a lot for this. I was gonna build it in Newcrest just because it's empty, and I thought, well, we've got worlds that suit it better, so I was gonna build it in Midnight. But what's the one that came with vampires? Is it Forgotten Hollow? Because there's Forgotten Hollow and Midnight Hollow, and one of them's from The Sims 4 Vampires, and one of them was a world in Sims 3. I don't know. Whatever one that was, I was going to build it there, and I thought, no, we've got a magic world. Might as well use that. But all these magic worlds had all the lots in the world that came with Realm of Magic, rather. I don't know what I'm saying. Have this like really fancy driveway. So just ignore that. I'll pretend it's okay. I chose this lot because it's sort of the most secluded. And I was trying to make it look a little crazy and all over the place while still making sense. Which is why there's a lot of different layers and a lot of different sizes and things like that. And I wanted to play around with terrain editing because that's something I've never really done before. I don't really use the terrain tools in Sims 4. I feel like they just look a little out of place because all the lots are so naturally so flat. So if you try and edit them with terrain, it just doesn't look right. But I tried it for this one, and I think it looks okay. So yeah, we done the building at the front, which is the actual house part of the building, and then we done this tower at the back, which is more of a typical looking witch's tower, and then we have a couple of little outbuildings. I don't know what you call them, like little sheds around. And yeah, I tried to make it look a little stereotypical, but not too much. I didn't want to go for the typical old woman witch with a big nose and a black cat, and I didn't want to go completely stereotypical, but I wanted it to definitely be for a witch. So you'll see the outside is a little more typical. We do have a cauldron, we do have items for a cat, but the inside is a little more modern. It's not an old creepy house, it's definitely a more traditional building. It's not a modern building, but it's like it's been done up and it's actually been decorated to look nice and kind of homely for this, which I imagine them being quite a young person that lives here. Sorry, just hit the mic. Don't know if you heard that. But yeah, as you can see, like I was saying earlier, there's these little one by one rooms that come off the side, and the buildings are like the different floors are all different sizes, and it kind of looks like it's struggling to balance, but I think that adds to the kind of aesthetic we were going for. Yeah, we're just playing around with the exterior at the moment. I've kind of got the shape now. This is basically how the shape stays, but I didn't know what to do with the landscaping really. I didn't want it to look old, I didn't want it to look like it's been abandoned, but I didn't want it to look super welcoming at the same time. So we're just playing around with that. We're adding a few shrubs and things in a moment. I was trying to get that path to blend in with the driveway, but there's not really a paint that matches that kind of driveway. I really struggled with the door here because there was a really nice 1x1 door, but it was a 1x1 door, but I didn't want to fit in a 1x1 tile for some reason. I don't know why. And we used these windows from Strangerville, which actually work really well with that wallpaper. They fit in perfectly. So we used them, and it was really nice. We got a nice big window on what will be the living room floor, and then these smaller windows just scattered around, again trying to add to that look of it all being a little bit crazy, a little bit all over the place. And then we go and add in some greenery. So yeah, I also wanted these shrubs to look like they could be useful. I was thinking if the person living here is a witch, she'll probably have a lot of herbs around the garden, but I didn't want to just do like a gardening area and that be that. I wanted it to look like she just has these herbs and things growing naturally around the lot, and then she'll just sort of walk around her garden and get them when she needs them. There is, in this little hut here at the front, we do add some planters in there, so if you did want to grow some specific vegetables, they're in there and they're inside, so you can grow them in all seasons. You could put more in the tower, more in the house even, or you could grow things outside obviously, but there is that little enclosed area. Otherwise I wanted it to be very wild, very natural, like she just gets things from the garden and she's not necessarily trying to grow things, they're just there, is what I was going for. I think we're moving into the inside in a moment. Like I said, I don't want it to be too neat or too pristine, but at the same time didn't want it to be a mess. I was going to put vines all the way up the tower, but I felt like they just didn't really look right. You'll see us trying it now. I was just kind of going through the catalogue at this point and trying to work out different items that might work, and add in a few lights around as well. I thought, if you've got a house with 4 different buildings you're having to walk in between all the time, then you're probably going to want to see where you're going. So just add in a few little lamps, again sticking with a more traditional feel on the outside. I don't know why we keep pausing so much as well. Usually I edit out all these pauses, but apparently they've made it in today, like this big one, for some reason. Finally, we're off again. See, we're just moving into the interior now, and I'm so glad we've got ladders, because I have no idea how I would have done this build without ladders. And I used these awkward little 1x1 areas sort of off to the side. I kind of just made them like a stairway, and used the ladders to separate certain rooms, and then you'll see where the bathroom goes, just in there on that second floor, and the same in the tower as well, which the tower isn't as practical. I wish you could layer the ladders, or like I could choose to have a ladder go up 3 floors at once and Yosin could just get off anywhere on that floor or any of those floors, but we can't ask too much from EA. That's the only thing I would want to see, really. I'm sorry, I don't know why there's so many pauses left in. I recorded this video quite a while ago. I've been very busy lately with work. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm back at uni now. So I have about 4 or 5 different projects going on at the same time, aside from YouTube. So I'm having to record a lot of the videos weeks in advance, just to make sure I can actually get them out for you guys. So yeah, I recorded this one and next week's one were both recorded a couple weeks ago, and now I'm just doing the voiceover today, and then they'll be out, or this one will be out the end of this week, and then the next one will be next week. And then I have a bit of a gap in my schedule, at least for videos. I've planned until the end of this Halloween autumn series then, and I've planned videos for December for like a Christmas series, but all of November is free. So if you guys have any ideas for videos, I think it's like 3 or 4 videos I need, and then we're scheduled till the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. That's exciting. And that's the other thing where I haven't recorded a video for a while. I haven't recorded a voiceover in a while. I feel like we're moving backwards with that. I don't really know what to talk about anymore. I was just getting into it, and then I haven't recorded for ages, and it's getting confusing again. But yeah, here's the kitchen. Obviously I wanted a cauldron in here. I didn't originally want it in this room. I wanted it to sort of be more out the way, but that was the only room that could really fit it, so I thought, why not? We'll just say she doesn't have guests coming over. And then we moved upstairs to the living room, and this is where you'll see it's not a stereotypical witch's house so much. There's definitely elements of it, like the paintings and the bookshelf and certain little things like that chest table, but overall I wanted it to be more youthful, I guess is the word I'm looking for, and just not like it's some old woman sitting here with her cat. And then I was struggling with this bathroom a bit. I wasn't really sure how to do this in a traditional way that also suited the space and suited the character I sort of made up in my head. So this does end up a little bit more modern. And this window is actually really hard to find curtains for. There's one curtain that came with Strangerville that fits on that, which is a more traditional curtain, but it's also a very fancy curtain, and so if that's not the look you're going for, then it's really difficult to find another one that works. So I think we settled for this one in the end. I don't think we changed it, because I was also having issues with the combo bath shower. I really wanted one of them, but it kept clipping with the curtains. We've got the bedroom on the top floor, and you might have seen on the floor just below this, it's kind of just a connecting floor. There's not enough for a room or anything there, so I just put a little chair. Why not? You can go sit there if you want to. I don't know why you would. Yeah, here we are on the top floor, which is the bedroom, and at this point there's no pet items in. We add those in a moment, and then we move over to the tower. So again, I kept this room. I wanted it to show the traditional elements, but I also wanted it to be youthful and not too traditional. So it's like it's someone who likes tradition, like the traditional aesthetic, but they're still young and they still have other things, other styles influencing them. And then over here in this book, we basically just made this a cat hangout. I didn't know what else to do with it, so I thought the cat can just have their own little house. They can be spoiled cats. And we put a more solid looking light over there, whereas we put these candle chandelier things in all the other rooms, just because I don't think that would be safe for the cats. And yeah, there was that room with the planters in case you do want to plant anything. We put a beehive in, just because I thought that would maybe be useful for potions and things. I don't think it actually is in Sims 4, but if this was real, then maybe that kind of natural thing would be useful. And we move over to the tower. There's another pause. I'm so sorry. I don't know why there's all these pauses, but when we do get started again, you'll see we end up making the tower sort of a skill building area. We just put a little bench on the bottom floor, and then I think the next floor, or maybe the one after, has okay, so this floor is sort of an office, a home office. We just put a bookshelf and a desk, and the next one I think we put an easel, and then the very top one we put that little meditation pedestal. What is that? It's just like a little mat your Sims can meditate on. We put some plants around, try and make it a nice relaxing area. And yeah, in here you'll see we had the bonsai tree and the easel, and then I think we're moving into screenshots. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I've forgotten how I end videos. Yeah, let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you download it and put it in your game. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.